What if time suddenly stopped for everything except you? At first, it sounds like the dream superpower. The world around you frozen like a photograph, everyone mid-step, raindrops hanging in the air, coffee suspended above someone's desk. You'd be free to wander through a silent, still life, the only moving figure in a painting that covers the entire planet. It feels like freedom, like you've broken out of the rules of reality itself. But time stopped doesn't just mean people stop walking. It means all processes freeze. Heartbeats, brain activity, electricity, sound, everything. Sound waves can't travel if air molecules don't move. Your clever remark to the frozen barista wouldn't echo. In fact, your voice wouldn't exist at all. You'd be stuck in complete silence, the kind that feels heavier and stranger the longer it lasts, as though the world is holding its breath forever. And what about light? If photons stop moving, then when time halts, the universe instantly goes black. You'd be trapped in perfect darkness, fumbling through a dead, still world with only your own breath and footsteps, if those even count anymore. Maybe your exemption is generous and light still works, lucky you. But now you're wandering among statues, birds locked in mid-flight, leaves hanging forever halfway to the ground, waves frozen like glass. Beautiful, sure, but also deeply creepy, like a haunted museum of moments that never end. Next problem, food. If time is frozen, plants don't grow, ovens don't bake, cows don't age. You'd be left with whatever food exists at the moment of the freeze. Once you eat it, it's gone for good. Congratulations, you've got one lifetime supply of snacks and then an eternity of nothing. Hope you like canned beans because that's all you'll have after the fresh stuff rots the moment you unpause it. And water? Forget running taps. A glass of it would be stuck mid-slosh forever unless you somehow break the rules again. You'd be surviving off bottled water and preserved goods, rationing like an apocalypse survivor in a world where the apocalypse is just stillness. And what about your body? You're still moving, burning calories, producing heat. Normally, that heat radiates into the environment. But if the environment is frozen, it can't absorb it. Over time, you'd warm the tiny pocket of air around you until you're basically cooking yourself in your own personal sauna. That's one way to go down in history, the only human boiled alive by his own metabolism. Unless, of course, the exemption extends to the laws of thermodynamics too. But then you're not just breaking physics, you're rewriting it. Okay, maybe time isn't completely stopped. Maybe it's slowed to an infinite crawl. Then you'd see raindrops fall millimeter by millimeter over hours. A hummingbird's wing beat would last decades. You'd never be late for work again, but a single conversation would take centuries. Imagine asking, "How are you?" and getting the answer sometime in the year 2525. At first, it might feel like a superpower. Eventually, it would feel like solitary confinement stretched across eternity. The real issue, though, is loneliness. You could read every book, learn every language, explore every inch of Earth, and yet there would be no one to share it with. Even the most introverted person eventually craves another voice. The world would become a giant museum of frozen lives, and you be its only visitor, wandering halls that never change. Every smile would be unfinished, every word unsaid. It wouldn't matter how much knowledge you gained if you had no one to say, "Look what I discovered." And then, suppose time restarts. To everyone else, nothing happened. You've lived decades, maybe centuries, only to find yourself right back at the moment the barista is handing you your latte. No one knows, no one believes, no one even notices. For them, it was an instant. For you, it was an eternity. And the strangest part? You might be tempted to do it all again, to press pause once more just because you can, even though you know the cost. So what if time suddenly stopped for everyone but you? At first, it sounds like freedom. But after the silence, the hunger, and the endless loneliness, you'd realize it isn't a gift at all. It's a prison, built out of stillness, with you as the only prisoner who remembers that the world once moved.